and then to hear Tyler say what I have done is absolutely perfect. So I knew I was happy with this year's look, and I knew I'd made such dramatic improvement. But to hear him say that as well, you know, it means a lot more. So, and that kind of makes this whole 48-hour trip worth it, to be honest.
Right, hello and welcome back to the YouTube. Currently on the way to Heathrow Airport. I'm in a van, getting some work done, so set up. We've got check-ins going down there. I've had my meal, got my meal prep bag over there, rucksack, suitcase down there, and like the most over-the-top bougie airport transfer, courtesy of Gymshark. Thank you very much, Gymshark. Because today we are actually on the way to Pittsburgh, USA. So it's Tuesday today. I got back from the Netherlands yesterday. So obviously you watched the show day video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. We got back from the Netherlands yesterday. I got home around 1 p.m. And then, so that was exactly 24 hours ago from right now. Got home at 1 p.m. Had about 20 hours at home where I pretty much spent the entire time washing my clothes, meal prepping for today, and getting stuff back in the suitcase, ready to go. And then this morning I went and trained legs at 5 a.m. to get some life back in the legs. I'll give a full update of that when I'm at the airport and what our plan is for the next show, because that is a big question mark, I'm sure. But yeah, so I did that this morning at 5 a.m, went back home and finished packing, and then got picked up at 10:30 this morning, and I've been on the car since, driving down to Heathrow. About to be at Heathrow now, so we'll go drop my bag off, head to the lounge, and sit down, give you all an update. We are going to Pittsburgh for, I think, like 2 days. It's a very short trip, literally going out there for a Gymshark shoot. Not the most convenient timing in between shows like this, but needs must, got to get it done. So it's a cool opportunity. I'm very grateful. They've made it as easy as possible for me. Hence, you can see the fancy, over the top, and I don't deserve this, chauffeur to the airport, but it means I can get my work done. Because obviously I've not had much time at home to still get my work done, whilst also sorting my meals and stuff like that out. So it's been a massive help. I need to finish my work now, get to the airport, and we'll catch you in the lounge. And I'll give you a rundown of sort of my thoughts post-show, and then what our plan is leading into Ifbb. And then the rest of this video is just going to be a vlog of my trip to America. We've got a shoot with Samson and Sam Sulek. So two of the boys. Obviously I can't show much of the shoot because it's going to be confidential, but I can show you what I get up to in my 24 hours in Pittsburgh. I do have a meeting with Tyler Manion to get some feedback, do some posing for him in person, one-on-one, which is invaluable. That'll be very, very cool. Not sure I'll film that, but I'll be able to tell you what he said. And yeah, so we've got a lot going on. It's going to be a good video, probably a long video. Plenty of fun things to come in America. So see you at the lounge, and then we'll go on a flight. I got to the airport at about 1, did a load of work for a few hours in the lounge, which I didn't film any of it. It wasn't very exciting. It was literally sat on my laptop. Finished my check-ins in the car, and then had like emails, stuff to do. Boarded the flight about an hour ago, maybe. The minute I got on the plane, obviously Gymshark had flown me out on business, which I'm very grateful for, very kind. So yeah, we're on the way out to Pittsburgh now. I'm living every man's dream, right? I've got the ROG Ally X, which is like a little Xbox in your hand, basically. Playing some Lego Pirates of the Caribbean at the minute. I'm watching, as you can see here, got the feet up, watching Batman Begins. The only 3 films I've got downloaded. The Dark Knight trilogy. So we've got Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and then The Dark Knight Rises. Elite films. Some of the best films ever made, in my opinion. So I'm watching Batman, playing Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, and drinking some Diet Cokes, because obviously we're still in prep. So, quick update on the food situation. Obviously flying with me. Got the meal prep bag upgraded for this season, ready. We've got everything in it, right? We're sorted. Managed to also get my ice packs through security this time. So, obviously this is a very long day of travel. Okay, so I left my house at 10:30 in the morning. I had a 3-hour drive, 3 hours at the airport, followed by an 8-hour flight. So, what's that, like 14 hours out of the house? I had 4 meals with a provisional 5th meal just in case I got delayed. Brought with me. I've got a Coke that I stole from the lounge, which we will probably crack into. Now, the new gadget I was on about, okay? If I just pull this out here. It is, I'm not sponsored by this company, so I saw this from Wesley. It's a heat box. It's basically a big portable Tupperware that's got a battery at the bottom of it, and it heats your food up. So it's basically a little microwave. which is pretty sick. So I have that. So I'm going to put my chicken and rice on for my next meal, so it heats up. I've also just got, obviously this is 4 meals basically of chicken and rice. I've got all my lettuce for all said meals in there, all cut up ready, so I can add that. And then we've just literally got like, I had frozen the meats as well before bringing them out. They've now since defrosted, but you can literally just see like meal 5, 240 beef, you know, meal 6, chicken. So they were all frozen on the ice packs. And then I've got my Tupperware here, which goes in there and gets heated up for my next meal. So I'm going to throw this chicken in there with my rice, which I've got stored separately, keeping cold. And then that is that. Then I can lie all these meats flat in here, keep them nice and cold, and then I get a nice hot meal. So yeah, living bougie up in here. We've also got like, I stole loads of salt packets from the business lounge, so now I'm just sorted for the foreseeable with salt on the go. 1 gram sachets, which is perfect. My provisional meal, just in case I was delayed, it's an exciting one. It's just 60 grams whey isolate cinnamon cereal. Always good just to keep that on hand. If I am delayed, I can just get an extra meal in there. Obviously just whey protein. Keeps me going, so I'm never caught out. And that's that. That's how I meal prep for a long day of travel. Keeps it all cold. Just freeze your meats. They're still a little bit frozen, which is even better while I've got this heat box now. Obviously, the later meals, when I eat those in a few hours, they'll have defrosted by then. The cold packs will probably be warm. But yeah, that is how I'm travelling in prep to make sure. That's how I travel always. To be fair, I've just upgraded it for prep, so I care a bit more. And this time last year in prep, when I travelled and I flew to America, my chicken went warm and I got very ill a week out, which was not good. So yeah, I'm gonna get this together, throw it in the heat box, which then takes probably about 20 minutes to heat my food up off an app, very fancy. And I'll come back and show you it once it's nice and hot and we'll enjoy that meal. And I'll talk a little bit more about the changes to food. The heat box is nearly there. I've had 3 flight attendants come and ask. One was like, I'm not sure you can have that because it looks like it's plugged in. Oh, it's batch operated. And they're like all impressed, so I went and told all their friends. And they've all come and looked at it, and that's where I got it from. Heat box by Fatron, for anyone wondering. Wesley does have a code, I think. I think it's code Wesley. As you can see, we've got, turn the brightness down so you actually see that. We've got 1 minute 46 left, and then it will be at 60 degrees and ready to eat. So, anyway, I'm going to be pretty honest, this is the first time I'm actually using it. I bought it when I was at the Arnold, and I saw Wesley with his, and I thought, that is an unbelievable idea, mainly for these longer flights. When I went to the Netherlands, I didn't bother because it's like an hour flight and you only got like 1 or 2 meals. And like, I can eat a cold salad, eat chicken, I don't mind. But like today, especially when food's higher, this is great. When you got like rice in there and stuff like that. So I'm very excited. It's literally the first time I'm using it, so we'll see how good it is, what I'd rate it. So with food at the minute, I'll talk about that whilst I wait for this to finish heating up. So Kyle, obviously the game plan, right? I should probably speak about the show first. I was flat, okay? We know this. I was £3 under the weight cap on a show day, right? When most of these guys compete, they're 20 pounds heavier than when they weighed in. I was £3 lighter, so I was very, very flat. I was very happy with the look still, but we need to be fuller. You know, my legs faded again towards the end. We knew they were kind of gonna fade. Just got a notification, my food's ready. They faded at the Arnold, and it was hard for them to bring them back. I don't think Kyle realised just how hard they were to bring back in my physique, especially because it is different and unique. Everybody's, special. And Kyle needs time to learn my body. Now he knows that, it's fine. So the plan for Velo now is he's been feeding me up. Post-show, I went for sushi with N. Typically in the past, I've always gone for like a dirtiest off-brand possible, pizza, burgers, that sort of stuff. I've got a more mature mindset now. I didn't want gross food that's going to make me feel sick and greasy. I just wanted something clean, but nice, and Kyle wanted a lot of sodium going in, so we said sushi, go for the fattier cuts, so I ate about 60 rolls of the big rolls of sushi. Salmon, avocado, plenty of soy sauce, and that was really nice. We enjoyed that Sunday night. And then from Monday we ran it a little bit lower. It was about 2,000 calories, just to strip off a little bit of water. It obviously comes on when you have that much
soy sauce and sushi. So that was great. And then woke up this morning with probably the best look in the last few weeks. Around 6 or 7 pounds up from show day. Drier and a lot fuller. So it's good data. Now we've brought baseline food up to, it's about 3.8 thousand calories, about 300 protein, I think around 400 calories. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, 420 grams of carbs, 50 grams of fat, and about 330-ish protein. The new macros, still the same meal plan: rice pudding, chicken. Basically, all the salad meals, the zero carb meals that were just meat and veg, just now have rice in. It's basically the only change. So I brought food up. We're going to run that for a few days whilst I'm away in Pittsburgh. We're training every day. So I did legs this morning. Tomorrow I have probably going to do push, and then Thursday at the shoot I think we're probably going to do pull. So we will work that out and go from there. So training, higher food, get some life back in my physique. Then when we get back, we will assess from there, and obviously have to dial it back a little bit, because we still will need to make weight. But we don't need to be as careful making weight this time. We don't need to dig down as hard as we did, because we know I can reach it quite comfortably. Right, good evening. So we have made it to the apartment in Pittsburgh. We've got the rice, dark chocolate close enough. It's the best they could do. Luckily I did bring one myself to cover it. These are the bits I bought, obviously. Plenty of rice pudding, tons of whey isolate, my aloe vera juice in there. And then, because we're only here for 2 days, I've not got my big tray of supplements. We've gone even more special. Right, so yeah, this is what traveling in prep looks like, or just traveling as a bodybuilder for a short trip. Instead of bringing my big case, I've just literally labelled them all. So we've got like Thursday morning, my drink, Wednesday night, Tuesday night, so I'm gonna mix that. That's my ESN sleep, and some athlete stack and some glutamine. So I've got that, and I've got my Tuesday night supplements to take with that. And like tomorrow morning, we got Wednesday morning sups with my Wednesday morning drink. Psyllium husk, sun fibre, speculoos flavour powder, rice pudding, whey. In the fridge, we have 3 big old bits of chicken that need cooking up tomorrow morning. The good old 96 4-ground beef, very nice. Enough lettuce to last about a year, because that is 90% of my diet. Got some water, and then in the freezer, plenty of frozen fruit. So that is that. Good morning. It is 5 a.m. I got up at 4:30. I did my check-in. You can see we've got the ring light, the scales. First things up, we've got the daily fasted digestion drink with the morning stops being taken. Normally this would be when I go and do my cardio and stuff like that, but obviously no cardio, so I've got a lot to do today. I'm gonna probably get some of my meals cooking, some of my chicken and rice, and get all that just meal prep, just so I'm sorted for the next few days. So we'll get that on, get that in the oven, and then whilst that's cooking, I'm gonna sit down and start flying through check-ins. And then we've got to head out for a haircut at about 8:30 this morning, I think. Get that done, come back here, and then eat a meal, and I will probably go and pose for Tyler first, and then go to the gym after that. Then come back here, and then I think we've got a dinner this evening with Gymshark and the athletes and production crew and stuff like that, which obviously I won't be eating at, but I will go to and just take my my meal in a Tupperware, which won't be too bad. So. I'm at Giant Eagle grocery store. It's a grocery store I've never been to in America. I don't know if it's only in Pittsburgh or what. I don't think it probably is, because it's pretty massive. So I think it's pretty countrywide, nationwide, but I've never been to one. I'm here now. I don't really need a lot. So far I've got 2 Pepsi Max cherries and an additional energy drink, provisionally just because it was there as I walked in, but I kind of want more. They're pretty pathetic. You know, I could sit on about 4 of them if I had to. I've got some marshmallows, some marshmallow fluff, the literal commit chemical warfare on your body by eating that full tub. Genuinely intrigued, if you finish that whole thing in one sitting, what would actually happen to you? The Holy Land. Here we go. What have we got? Anything new, anything exciting since I was last in America? The goats, as you all know, my favourites. I will admit, they're probably not as good as I make them out to be. The more I come to America, the more often I have them, the less impressed by them I am. So yeah, I'm getting more used to them now. It's because you don't normally get access to them. Now the actual goats of American cereal, Rice Chex, okay? Gluten-free, fantastic carb source. Any of my American clients, you will know how much I am an advocate of Rice Chex in the off-season. Blueberry, strawberry, honey nut, peanut butter, cinnamon, chocolate, fucking just got everything. Yeah, you can't get them in the UK, the Rice Chex, but I'm a big advocate. They are an incredible cereal to use because they are, as I said, gluten-free and not just full of fucking crappy sugars and additives that's going to wreck your stomach and cause loads of inflammation to your gut. So it's way better than this sort of stuff. Although this sort of stuff does taste unreal, the much better choice if you are having sort of cereal in your diet in the off season to help get the food down is go for Rice Chex, okay? So this is my favourite. I'm getting 2 of them. The Ghost is getting put back. The Ghost has missed out. I can go there. Other one that's my favourite that I can get in the UK at the minute is the Blue Hawaii. My local boss mums sell that. Same as the Ultra Wild Passion, that's good. Not the biggest fan of the Ultra Guava, it is good. We've got Little Monsters here, that's kind of cool. Rains in the US are terrifying because they are just like 300 milligrams of caffeine, which is unnecessary. So we won't be touching those. We're literally gonna get 2 of the Fruit Punch Monsters as they are my favourite. So we will keep it simple. And then I also want some of the Myos just for in my water. So I'm gonna browse these. I will show you the ones I decide. I just need to make sure I get the right ones that aren't full of either sodium or caffeine or anything like that. I just want the ones with solid ingredients that can just flavour my water, basically. Flips. Fried cookie. Very interesting. I might have to get a bag to take back for generally speaking, pretzels aren't they're not an awful snack. So post-show, I usually would have a few pretzels in the car. So some cheesecakes. Got some tiramisu. Some half-pound slabs of cheesecake, which is pretty mental. That is the only thing that I'd actually get from it. Some red velvet massive cookies with frosting in the middle. They look solid, but besides that, no, not impressed.
Just got back to the apartment. That shit's going off. And it's saying, go outside. I'm fucking not. I've not got time. I've got to sort a meal and get going. I just went out in the hallway, there was some bloke there, and I was like, is that legit? And he was like, nah.
We're now in Powerhouse. You can see I've got changed. The posing with Tyler was incredibly valuable. I will give a rundown later of the feedback, but it was incredibly positive, which was surprising. So, got hooked up with a bunch of the Ifbb merch, the new stuff, which is cool. So we've got the baseball jersey, got the on. I've got the basketball jersey there as well, which is sick. I've got a fresh hat as well because, I've always worn both hats. I've got both, but I've got a new hat. It was very kind of them to hook that up, so thank you to the Ifbb. Thank you for Tyler for his time because that was invaluable. We got to Powerhouse. This is like one of the main gyms in Pittsburgh, probably the best one in my opinion. I've just met the owner and he gave me a tour and was very happy to see me here and very hospitable, so that was nice. Hooked up again with some more t-shirts. We've got some Powerhouse t-shirts to take back, which is, again, very nice. So, being treated well here. I can't complain. It is 2:30. My Uber is 12 minutes away. I am in a little bit of a rush. I didn't film any of the session just because I'm filming actually as a mirror here. This is what I'm vlogging the trip on. Okay, we've got a little Action 5 with a little bit, and that's it. All right, so really efficient, great for vlogging, horrendous for filming in the gym. I posted Tyler literally just one-on-one with him in the NPC gym. I will just show you my phone quickly because I filmed the whole thing. Obviously, it's private. It is for me and Kyle to watch back and listen to the feedback. But it's really cool to go to the headquarters because I've seen it loads in people's videos and stuff. So you'll all recognise the backdrop where you pose. So I was literally just running rounds for Tyler and he was giving me feedback as I went. Spent ages trying to fix this back double, try different variations till we got one that he liked, which was this. The lighting's not great and I'm flat and watery. Not flat, but I'm watery as fuck. So it didn't look good, but basically he was very, very positive. I was expecting him to be a lot harsher and blunter than he was. He was really impressed with the amount of size I've put on since Detroit last year. And he just basically, because he was happy that I was the same weight this year as I was last year. Because he's like, you've done exactly what a lot of guys can't do, and that's get better at the same weight and look significantly bigger at the same weight. You know, he's like, most guys when they come to me, oh, yeah, I'm 10 pounds up than last year. And he just sits there, he's like, well, it's not muscle, it can't be muscle, you look the same size, yet you're 10 pounds heavier, so what have you done wrong? Whereas he said I'd done it the right way, where I look significantly bigger, even though I'm the same weight. And that's obviously very positive to hear. It gives me a lot of reassurance that what I am doing is working. And he literally he fixed some poses, said, work on these poses, and just said, keep doing exactly what you've done. Whatever you did from Detroit to this year, keep doing exactly that. Be patient and just do that year after year. And he said, you know, keep making that sort of progress and you'll get to where you want to get to. Which, to hear that from Tyler, who's like, him and Steve are the main two judges in the Ifbb, it's very positive. I wasn't expecting that sort of such positive feedback. So it's very motivating. It's like throwing gasoline on the fire. So sure, the season wasn't quite what I wanted so far, but you know, I know myself, I will get there. And then to hear Tyler say what I have done is absolutely perfect. So I knew I was happy with this year's look, and I knew I'd made such dramatic improvement. But to hear him say that as well, you know, it means a lot more. So it was very reassuring and very cool to hear. And I'm very grateful for his time because he did not need to do that. And that kind of makes this whole 48-hour trip worth it, to be honest. I've prepped my meal here. At least it's got some rice in. We just literally got beef mince, a bit of rice, courgette and some lettuce in my little heatable Tupperware that I'm about to take to a really bougie steakhouse. So we've actually got some nice clothes on. For anyone wondering about this reheatable Tupperware, you literally just charge it. USB-C, it's got 3 lights. On that journey out on the plane, I heated up about, I think 3 or 4 meals, and it still had 2 bars of battery left. So you could easily do like a full day of eating for probably maybe 2 days on one charge, depending how much you heat it. I don't heat it loads, so, but yeah, so. Bosh, good morning, it is Thursday. It is currently 7:45, so I've been up since 4 a.m, so nearly 4 hours, which is mental to think actually. Shameless plug, not a plug actually, I'm not going to fucking show it. Having an energy drink, I've had a Rise energy drink, not really had many of these. Arctic Berry, it's pretty decent to be fair. Normally when I'm in America, I'll try like the Ghost ones, but I've gone off them. I think the Ghost ones are a bit too artificial. So are some of these Rise ones to be fair, but this Arctic Berry I've actually thoroughly enjoyed. My favourite are still the Monsters. I've literally got, just to take back, because I can get them in the UK, but it just costs like a £5 a can. So, because I'm taking my Nike slides back, I've got just 2 cans of Monster wedged in my slides for the journey home. We're all packed up, more or less. It's a bit of a nightmare, this packing, because I've got an 11-hour shoot today. So the shoot starts I'm getting picked up at 8 a.m, so I've got about 20 minutes. We're shooting at a pretty cool gym, to be fair, from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I go straight to the airport for a flight home at 10 p.m, overnight, and then a 3-hour drive home. So like I need all my shit for an 11-hour shoot, all my shit for 12 hours, well, 16 hours of travel home, like all my food. I've got like a change of clothes here. So I've got a train at this shoot as well. So I've got a train, I've got a shoot, and I've got to go to the airport. So I've got, obviously, business, so I can go and shower. So I'm going to change of clothes then for the flight there. My new pretentious Ifbb hat, because I'm an Ifbb pro, didn't know. I got that. I'm obviously at the shoot, I'll get given different clothes that I won't be able to show. I really don't know how much of this shoot I'm going to be able to show, sadly, but dinner last night was good. Everybody had steaks. I had my beef mince meal. It was just me, Sam, and then some of the Gymshark production crew. I'm still a bag of water, as I'm going to be, probably till Sunday this week really is when the water will come off, which isn't a problem because I'm not on stage, so can't complain. Food still the same baseline it was when I spoke about it on the flight out. We have not changed anything there. Water intake needs to remain quite high today, so I will just be Uber eating. But I'm sure they'll have water on set, to be fair, but Uber eating, energy drinks and waters all day. And that is that. So I'm going to finish packing up, get in the Uber, not the Uber, get in the car or van or whatever they sent to the shoot, and film what I can today. Right then, we've made it to Exercise Warehouse. I'm going to vlog quickly now because there's going to be very limited things I can show you. But as I got here,
This gym is sick. I'm going to give you a quick tour before the shoot gets going so you can actually see how cool it is. It's proper old school. They've got me a custom hoodie that is sick. It's really kind of them. So that's really cool. Obviously they've got one for, they've got Sam Sulex, Sam's, Ali's. Very, very cool. So I've had my hair and makeup done, if you can't already tell. She said I didn't need much. What a surprise. But we're chilling upstairs. I've already got the shorts on for the shoot. Just looked at the clothes for the first time that we're shooting. Pretty cool. I'm excited. Obviously can't show any of you yet. You'll see it in, I don't know when it goes out, a few months maybe. And yeah, but I'm going to head upstairs now, finish getting ready, and then give you a quick tour of the gym before we get shooting. I believe they've hired the whole place out, but I'm going to nerd out on some kit here. And let's have a little look at what we've got. We've got the Cybex original, proper original. That piece is definitely older than I am. National Italian Sports Hall of Fame. I think this is like partly something to do with Italy. The owner must be Italian or something like that, I would assume. But it's very cool. You've got all the old trophies, all the old school stuff, and then a lot of cameras. And me on my little DJI. Got the a lot of hammer strength, OG ones. The Nautilus, chain driven, Cybex press. A lot of people on ladders. Sorry, man. And then it's like the main area for dumbbells and whatnot, which is very cool. It goes all the way down. But yeah, proper gym. My rice pudding meal, my favourite meal of the day. We ordered Blue Hawaii, Monster, and a Gatorade Zero. Now I want an electrolyte drink that I'm allowed. One of the guys that works here just told me that Jim Manion is on his way over for the shoot, which is scary but cool. Obviously, probably to see Samson, not me and Sam, but regardless, we'll get to see and meet Jim, which then means I've spoke to Tyler and Jim in the span of 2 days, which is a lot, but here we go. What an absolute, my last good meal of the day. Can't wait. I'm back at home, as you can see. There's a lot of addresses there before I flip this round. So we did the shoot yesterday. It was pretty busy. I did not film anything after. But this is what we've come home to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 deliveries. Great. Thanks, Em, for collecting them all. Yeah. The shoot finished at like 6 p.m. I literally could not film anything. It's not even that like I just chose not to film. I just was not allowed because there was just product everywhere, and obviously it's confidential. So there was not a lot to film. We trained, but it wasn't great because we were kind of training. They'd take like 40 minutes to set up one shot on one bit of equipment. We'd do like 3-4 sets on that bit of equipment, and then there'd be like a 45-minute break whilst they move all the rigs and lighting to like the next bit of equipment. So I trained, but the training took about 10 hours. So I had to leave early because it overran, as shoots always do, and I had to get to the airport. Got to the airport for 7 p.m. was when I was like through security, and that was like running to the lounge as quick as possible because there was one lounge at Pittsburgh that had showers. And obviously, because I've been at the shoot all day, I was dead sweaty. But they also like they cover you in like Vaseline and then spray water on you so it looks like you're sweaty, like for the aesthetic they wanted. So I was literally like head to toe just covered in Vaseline, which you can imagine is not the nicest feeling, unless that's what you're into. But I'm not. And you don't want to then sit on a 10-hour flight overnight home covered in Vaseline and shit. So I was desperate for a shower. But then I got to the lounge and they were like, "Oh, shower's closed at 7." And obviously the lounge then shut at 8, but my flight wasn't until 10 p.m. So I was devastated. But then whilst I was in the lounge, I went to the toilet, and it turns out if you just turn left at the toilets, there was the showers, and there's just like nobody was there. Obviously they normally give you towels. They won't give you towels because they'd shut the showers up, but the showers were still unlocked. So I just went in and locked myself in and had a shower, and then dried myself with paper towels.
So I had my shower, so that was good. And then just literally flew home overnight. So all in all, elite time, very busy, glad to be back. We've got 4 days at home now, and then we go to Germany. Em is sat next door and she can hear me right now, and she doesn't know this yet, so this is going to go well. Obviously then we've got America, and then I think we get back from America, and then when I was in the car on the way back, ESN spoke to me, and it looks like we're now going to Italy straight away after, for the Rimini Expo. So if you go into that, see you there. I haven't said anything yet, but yeah, so that'll be good. I think that's the end of May. Yeah, I know it's your birthday, that's why I was going to approach it in a more delicate manner, but I had to update the vlog. So, yeah, surprise, we're going to Italy for your birthday. But no, so that is that. So more travel to come. But see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.